I don't know the exact like terminology, but like not Uncle Tom, but like Uncle Tommy, or like you were a complete sellout.
First of all, it sounded like that was a non-black person telling me that. So as a Democrat, that sounds pretty racial and pretty divisive. Next,
I'm telling you, man, people are waking up. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Y'all know where to get the merch link at. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications. Anytime I go live or make a video, make sure you are still subscribed to my channel. Y'all know what to do. Let's get into this. All right, look, Michaela Montgomery obviously is a Blexit leader in Georgia. Some of you guys know that Candace and I both started Blexit. I think 2018 is when we started. 2020, it blew up. And we have about, I don't know, a leader in almost every single state in the country. And so I think it's at this point, you know, we merged with Turning Point USA, and now Turning Point USA with the resources can really better help grow Blexit the way it should be. But we have a bunch of incredible leaders at Blexit, and all of them I'm very proud of, and they're standing up and being able to have a voice. And that was the purpose of Candace and I making the organization or starting the nonprofit organization, because we wanted black people to have some platform to say, look, I'm not a Democrat. I don't believe in that. That's not my only option. I can be and say and be patriotic and love this country and love law enforcement, and I can do all those things, and I don't have to like never have a platform because of that. You can have a platform with Blexit. Anyway, so the young lady right here, Michaela, she's a Blexit leader in Georgia and a director in Georgia. She's a state director. And listen to what her response to some fool calling in and pretty much calling her a racist. And saying that she can't believe the things that she believes. Roll the clip.
They're never gonna let you in the club, okay? And you like the movie Django. You are the character of Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know the exact like terminology, but like not Uncle Tom, but like Uncle Tommy, or like you were a complete sellout.
First of all, it sounded like that was a non-black person telling me that. So as a Democrat, that sounds pretty racial and pretty divisive. Next, it's very interesting that I, again, would be called names or be compared to fictional characters because of who I choose to support. Again, these people who are calling and making these derogatory statements about me, who I choose to support, are denying the fact that, again, who are you to tell me that my personal experience is invalid? I think that that's something that a lot of Democrats need to look within, because how have you tried? Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips, and has not tried to do anything about our failing education system. So everything that she's promising she can do for you on day one, she could do right now, but she's not trying to. So that's something to, you know, for some Dems to take home. So are you telling me that with all the black wealth that exists here in Atlanta, with all the black millionaires that live here in Atlanta, why in the world do 92% of APS students are illiterate? Make it make sense. And we have Democratic mayors, we have Democratic city council members, we have Democratic commissioners, and for whatever reason, 92% of the kids here cannot read. That statistic did not exist in Nevada. So again, I don't know if it was the fact that I got lucky. I can't say that, oh my God, it's the teachers that suck out here. I would never demean our educators here in Atlanta. But what we can acknowledge is the numbers, sir. And so while you want to call me not smart, please tell me what your side has done to fix the illiteracy rate that we see in our black children. Absolutely nothing. And in fact, not only have they not done anything to address the illiteracy issue, but then they're further confusing their kids by confusing your kids by telling them that men can give birth, by telling them that there's 53 genders, and that by telling them that your love for your best friend must mean that you are gay, you are a pansexual, asexual. Kids under the age of anything high school should not be thinking anything sexual, period. Sexual should not even be in their vocabulary. So for you to say that I'm not smart because I'm willing to call out all of the degeneracy that exists within our current education system only points to your lack of intelligence and your lack of initiative to actually do something in regards to saving our children and saving our schools.
All right.
Boom. Somebody give up. Oh, it's more. There's more. I got more in store. She got a longer form. This is just responding to the person that called in, but she got another video. We'll put her links in the description so you can go follow and support her online. I got some more. I want to play some more because she's a very smart young lady. And I love the fact that, you know, it's more and more educated black people that are of different backgrounds that are coming out and saying, look, man, the scales are off my eyes now, man. I can see. And I'm going to stand up for what I actually believe because I know it's true. Roll the clip.
And why do you personally support former President Trump?
I personally support President Trump due to my personal beliefs. So as a former foster child, I really love family. And I don't think that just because things didn't work out with my birth parents, that meant that I didn't deserve to be here. So that turned me kind of into a pro-lifer. I'm not the type to demonize people for the decisions that they decide to make, but me personally, if I'm going to vote for my personal views, I'm going to align myself with a pro-life candidate. Additionally, I am a mother now myself, so I do pay a lot of attention to the education that my child is receiving. And again, when I moved out here, I noticed the differences between the standards of education in Nevada and the standards of education out here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't like how I came here and I felt like, not necessarily that I was smarter than everybody else, but I just felt like I was equipped with a better education than a lot of other people. And I don't know whether that be the allocation of resources. I don't know if it had something to do with property taxes. I don't know if maybe I just got lucky and had amazing teachers all throughout my life. But as a mother now, I think it's very important that parents have a say-so in their child's education and that parents can remain hands-on. For instance, I don't believe that there's 53 genders, and I refuse to allow my child to sit in a classroom in which they're going to tell her that that is what is true, and she will be tested on said thing and possibly failed if I tell her that there's only 2 genders, and I don't care what the teacher says. Lastly, as a single mother, as a woman who, you know, I think I'm gorgeous. So just being able to protect myself, having my Second Amendment rights protected regardless. I do not want to live in a world in which your personal firearms are expected to be surrendered, because in a world like that, the only people who have guns are criminals and law enforcement. So if someone were to break into my home, which actually has happened to me recently, I wouldn't be able to protect myself. And whoever was breaking into my home would also know that. And the person breaking into my home would probably be equipped with a weapon, because just like drugs, if people want something that's illegal, they're going to get it. And so those are my 3 main reasons. Additionally, I have a brother that was formerly incarcerated, so he is now a returning citizen. And I think it's unfair that migrants can commit a crime by illegally migrating over here, and they get rewarded with the same resources that my brother would be turned down for. So my brother cannot get food stamps. My brother cannot apply for a luxury apartment. My brother cannot just go out for a corporate job without knowing somebody who knows somebody. Yet a migrant can come over here illegally and be awarded food stamps, be awarded housing assistance, be granted the opportunity to pursue a higher education, all of these things. Yet my brother, who was born here, bred here, when he worked, paid taxes here, he can't get those things, but a migrant can. So when I look specifically at policy and my personal experience, everything that I would want aligns with what I see on the Trump side.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. You know, very articulate. It's funny because people that, I'm not saying everybody that loves Trump can articulate what they like about Trump, but what I'm saying is that when they challenge young black people, I feel like black people have a real response. That's why they left the Democrat side. They're not leaving it because of emotionalism. Many black people have to have a real explanation and reason why they were going to leave the Democrat side. Many of them wake up to this stuff, and that's how they leave. But what she said was 100% fact. How could anybody argue with that? You know, I didn't even think about the what they call it, reintroduction into society from a prison system. She said her brother gets out of jail. He's probably a convicted felon on his record, and he can't go and apply for an apartment. He can't go and do some of these things. And the crime that he committed probably wasn't even a violent crime. It probably had something to do with drugs or something. And drugs, in many cases, is ambiguous in how people feel about its necessity to be enforced, right? So if you're selling marijuana, some people don't think that's a big deal. So how can you leverage a law for, say, you cross the border, that's an illegal border crossing. You're an illegal alien in our country. Because people feel some type of compassion for that, they somehow overlook the law. Well, why isn't it that if people can just overlook the fact that her brother probably went to jail for some drug offense? Why can't people overlook that law? And he wouldn't even have a criminal record or anything if they overlooked the law, just like they overlooked the law for illegal aliens coming in our country. So I get what she's saying is that, you know, one side, they're breaking the law like her brother did. Now, I don't know what her brother did, but if he's getting out of jail and she's not talking 40 years or something in prison, then that means he didn't do anything that involved violence and firearms and stuff like that potentially. So, you know, you got a brother going and trying to apply for things. You got these people that literally can get food stamps and everything as if they never committed a crime. And both crimes are on the books as illegal activity. I just don't understand how we accept. It's crazy to me. Maybe because I'm not a politician and I'm not like in the weeds that maybe I'm missing something. This is not hard whatsoever. You cannot come into our country illegally. Come through the port of entry. If you have an asylum claim, seek asylum in your own country. Or you come through the port of entry and we'll evaluate your asylum claim. That's it. It's illegal to do all the other stuff and you know it. Y'all climbing under fences, going through tunnels and jumping over walls and all, going through the Rio Grande and all this. Y'all know that ain't right. You can't do that because at the same time, while y'all doing that, you got people waiting in line and paying money to have citizenship, to be able to have an opportunity to be in America. And they get wait in line and pay money and go through the legal system, and you just walked over here yesterday. And they had to work for it, and you get food stamps. That's just, it will never make sense to me. Not just to me, it just don't make sense whatsoever. It's completely unfair. And anybody that think that that's fair is a lunatic. Because you, like I say, you got people, just say somebody's coming from South America. You got people who actually apply for citizenship, come over here with a work visa. They're actively going through the system the right way. You got people actually coming through the port of entry in America, seeking asylum the right way. It's coming from the same country where some of these people are just breaking in our country. Why can they do it and y'all can't do it? Come on. Come on, y'all. Anyway, shout out to young lady Michaela. We'll put links in there so y'all go follow her. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out of here.